Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here coming at you with probably the second and only last video that we will need to make for Rogue Legacy's Platinum Trophy Guide. In the first video we kind of go over a lot of things that you have to do, for the most part mainly just fighting all of the main first four bosses, unlocking the path to the fifth boss, which you can actually see on my screen on the far right. Then we also talk about specific character traits to look out for and things of that nature, as well as finding the obols that you'll need for the secret bosses, which I'll probably be going over now, um, which will play a bigger part in something else. Like I said, make sure that you pick a character that has no traits and pick a character who has the electrophobia or fear of chickens trait, and then defeat a chicken that spawns from breaking objects. At this point in the game, you should also have reached level 50. That is another trophy, and you should probably have maybe at least died 20 or so times, I think, is another trophy on top of that. So don't worry about some of these. The rest are going to be a little bit harder to go for. I will talk about other things as well. So yeah, so from here, basically, you should have defeated 4 bosses. You should have gotten the 4 obols from the Charon statues and then given them to him, and that will allow you to go and fight these secret bosses and get a piece of a medallion. So we're going to do that now, and I'm going to be showing off all of these boss fights. I'm not going to have any commentary for them, as they're basically just super versions of the boss fights you already know and are made much harder. So just keep that in mind. If you die, you're not going to get full sent back. You'll just be put right back outside the boss room, so you can retry it over and over again. So don't worry about failing your first couple of times. You won't ever get locked out of these. So other than that, let's just get to it. Alright, now as you can see, those bosses were pretty tough, and they will probably take a bit of practice and trial and error, as sometimes you will just get bad boss patterns and spawns for some things, especially during the Neo Kidder and the Alexander fight. The Ponce de Leon one is a little bit easier, as you have three opportunities of clearing the fire away, so in case you mess up on luring him or kiting him around the arena, you can always save yourself. The last one is actually probably the easiest one. As you saw, I was just spamming the fireballs as they cost no mana, and was just kind of staying to the left and right sides in case anything was coming up. I can just go to the left and then be on the right. So once you've now defeated the four secret bosses, you'll then have to find another Charon statue and then get a um, last little piece, and that will then allow you to then go back to any of the boss doors, and then you'll fight the fifth secret boss, and that I will show and skip to now. And then from there, I will show you that boss and all that, and then why you're doing all of this. So yeah. Alright, and as you can see right here, you get the Trader's Opal. This might take a bit of time to find, as sometimes they just don't spawn the Charon statues. So now all you have to do is simply just die, give this to Charon, Karin, Korn, and then go back to any of the boss doors, and then you'll be able to fight the last and fifth secret boss. And then after that, I will continue with what all is needed and necessary and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so once you defeated the Prohannes and have unlocked the new hidden class, the Trader class, that will come into importance in just a moment. From here, basically, you're just going to be cleaning up. So as of now, you should be able to go through with most of the classes and clear out all of the map. What you want to do is get all of the runes. Upon doing so, that'll get you the trophy for that. However, for every fairy chest that you open after you have all of the runes, will give you stat upgrades. And I'm probably about to show this here in this next clip, just so you can get an idea of what you can do. Basically, by doing this, you can basically min-max or basically increase all of the stats that you want. They're going to be random, of course, but being able to do so is really nice, as that will help you out for when you go into New Game Plus, as the enemies in New Game Plus will be a bit harder. Everything is going to hit more and have more health. So it's going to be a pain. And you cannot get all of the blueprints in your first playthrough. You have to at least go into New Game Plus 2 to get the last couple of blueprints for everything. It's a pain, but you'll have to do that. So for now, just go get all of the runes, and then when you can, switch to the trader class, and then we will go over um, the final boss of the game. So yeah. Alright, and as you'll see right here, because we have max runes, when we now open the chest, they give us random stat increases. Like I said, if you want, you can do this as long as you want, or whatever you want to do, as you will have to at least have played this game for a total of 20 hours. For that one, you'll probably just want to leave your game running once you've gotten all the other trophies if you haven't already earned it, and that should be the last one that you'll have to earn. So from here, you'll basically just want to kill yourself over and over again until you get the trader um, character to pick, and then you'll want to make your way to the actual main door, and then from there, we'll unlock 3 new trophies. So yeah. Alright, so once you have finally gotten your trader character, you'll basically just want to follow the path that I take. And we can now finally enter the final area. So you'll go back through the tutorial area one more time. This time you'll be a little bit quicker. Now, if you're wanting to farm money, you can basically run through this area infinitely, but if you decide to want to do that, you don't have to, but if you want to, by all means, you can just run through the area, break all the objects, get all the money, hit start, then triangle, then quit to title screen, then rinse and repeat over and over again. However, once you do what I'm about to do, this will unlock you another trophy, and that is for reading the last journal entry. And then upon doing so, you'll no longer go through this tutorial area, just get to the boss. So in doing so, you'll read journal entry number 25. You can just skip through it. You'll have a little cutscene or whatever. And then you'll be able to finally enter the boss room. Now, the reason why we went through all the trouble fighting all the extra bosses and stuff like that is so we can do this. And when you mock Johannes, this will also get you another trophy for basically mocking him, because he was a traitor, and then you basically learned how to be a traitor like him. But now you'll see the final boss of the game. Now I'm going to just mute myself, that way you guys can experience the fight and all of that. If you want to just purposely die and switch to like a Hokage who will do more damage, by all means you can go ahead and do that. If not, you don't have to, and you can just beat it with whatever character you want. And like I said, make sure that you are ready to go into New Game Plus, because once you do this, you will immediately get put into New Game Plus, but you will then get your 3rd trophy for beating the game. So yeah. Alright, so now that you were officially into New Game Plus, the last couple of things that you have to do is basically just going to be to beat the game a second time. That will get you another trophy. You will then need to get all of the remaining blueprints, and like I said, you will have to at least go into New Game Plus 2, or beating the game a second time, and then getting the remaining blueprints in that playthrough. It can be a bit frustrating, but like I said, once you can get more comfortable with navigating through the harder playthrough, you can once again farm more stat upgrades. You'll also get more stat upgrades from the bosses, just stuff like that, whatever you think you need to do. Now we're going to be going into probably what is considered the hardest trophy for this game, and that is going to be thanatophobia. Thanatophobia requires that you beat the game without using the architect in 15 lives or less. And that sounds pretty hard. But there are a couple things that you can do, and there are probably some guides that I will leave links to that can be helpful and will be more informative and have more knowledge than I do of the game. However, that being said, I have earned the thanatophobia, and I didn't have access to some things just because of how PlayStation works. It was a pain. But basically, how I did it is in my first life, I tried to at least obtain 2,000 or more gold and at least defeat Kidder. So this is your starting character. You have no upgrades, no ruins, nothing. You try and beat him. You then use that 2,000 gold to unlock the Shinobi, and then from there, just pump the rest of your gold into, I believe, HP or just raw damage. And then you're basically just trying to get more gold and stuff like that. Um, but you want to take your time when doing this, and you can always back up your save at any point in time. So then you'll know the route. So like enter the castle, exit the game, upload your save to like a USB or the PlayStation Cloud. Either one of those will work. For the USB, you also have to be connected to internet, otherwise it won't let you do it. That's the problem that I ran into the first time I did this. I didn't have internet at the time, and I couldn't put any saves onto a USB without being connected to internet, and I just think that was stupid. So keep that in mind. So going slow, just be careful. Just try and take it one enemy at a time. You're not locked into rooms. If you feel like you're about to die, like I said, you can now always reload your backed up save, and you'll already know where to go and what to do. You'll know the paths to take and stuff like that to get chests, all that stuff. Getting blueprints that can help you out is good. Probably the biggest hurdle is navigating the area to get to Herodotus, the slime boss, as that area is very unforgiving, and the fact that you only get 15 characters to do it with. And the downside to that is you can also get only one or two shinobi in those 15 lives. So that doesn't sound really that good. But like I said, you want to make sure that you're just being careful. In doing so, you'll save yourself struggle, you'll save yourself some time, and you'll be able to just make life a lot easier. And then once you have beaten the game in 15 lives or less, you should only have one trophy left, and that is going to be the play the game for a total of 20 hours. And like I said, you can easily just leave your game just playing like overnight or something if you really wanted to, just like whatever you wanted to do. And then hopefully by the end of that, you should have the Platinum Trophy. As always, this has been Mr. Pilgrim. I hope that this guide has been helpful. I know it was pretty short, but Rogue Legacy didn't really have that many trophies to go over that are difficult. More or less, they're just going to come with time, and the better you get the game, the easier it's going to be to get some of them. And some of them, like I said, are kind of just random and luck-based, like the trait ones. Playing as a character that has no traits, playing with the character that has the afraid of chickens trait, and then the last character related one is playing as a dragon. You want to make sure that you at least do that, because that will also get you another trophy. But yeah, I will see you all in the next guide. This has been Mr. Pilgrim. I'm out.